You are for Trump, right?
Yeah, Donald Trump.
We are for Trump too.
I'm for Kamala.
Oh, Kamala?
Yeah, for Kamala.
But how come you have Make America Great Again?
What are you talking about? Trump said that communism is going to be the new way of a democracy in America.
No, he didn't say
he said that. He said that.
I heard everything that he said.
Right, he said that.
If Kamala take power.
Well, he said that we're going back to communism because that's the way the world should work.
You guys should release the Epstein files. We're going to release the files. They're on my desk, actually. Alright, let's see them. Actually, they don't exist. You just said they were on your desk. No, I was mistaken. What's actually on my desk is $3 million to Israel. What? That's not what I want. That's not what you said you were gonna do. Yeah, that is what we're gonna do. Also, we're putting a bounty on the head of the leader of the Venezuelan government. What happened to no more foreign interventions and taking care of things here at home? Well, right now we need to destroy Venezuela because they're sending too many immigrants here. Won't destroying their country cause more immigrants to come here? Don't tell me.
Okay, hold on, because the logic loop happening right here is incredible. We need to destroy Venezuela because they're sending too many immigrants, but destroying a country creates more refugees, which creates more immigrants. And the MAGA bros who screamed about no foreign interventions are suddenly cool with regime change. It's almost like the promises were never meant to be kept. They were meant to be believed. And that's a big difference that a lot of people are just now figuring out. The playbook is simple. Say whatever gets the loudest cheer and then do whatever you actually want. And as long as you keep giving people someone to blame, they won't notice the switcheroo. Venezuela today. Who tomorrow? The goalposts don't just move, they teleport.
Shush. Let's go back to the Epstein topic. Epstein? What are you still talking about Epstein? Who cares about Epstein? You cared about Epstein. You campaigned on releasing the Epstein files. Bruh. Epstein?
30 seconds, that's all it took. From they're on my desk to what files I don't know what you're talking about in 30 seconds. And the MAGA bros who spent years making memes about this are now sitting there with their mouths open. This is the classic bait and switch. And the crazy part is it's not even subtle. He's not hiding it. He's just daring you to call him out, which honestly tells you everything about how much he respects the people who voted for him.
Talking about Epstein? This guy. I don't get it. Weren't we all mad at the Democrats for protecting Epstein? Yeah, we are. It's actually their fault we can't release the files. How is it their fault?
Donald Trump was just booed relentlessly at the NBA Finals. Take a listen.
Whose brush stripes and bright stars through the clouds.
And as expected, Fox News went into immediate damage control, saying that the crowd was chanting USA, USA.
Take a listen to how Trump's own voters are describing their own emotions right now on right-wing political call-in shows.
I feel really betrayed, and I feel really, really angry. We have a president who tells us to move on from Epstein because it doesn't matter. Are you guys still talking about this seriously? And yet he still talks about the 2020 election fraud. He talks about the Hunter Biden laptop. He talks about all this stuff from 5-6 years ago, and he tells us to move on from the Epstein trial or the Epstein case. People like me will not stop talking about this. I feel so betrayed and so angry. This is not what I voted for.
I'm concerned about being able to trust Donald Trump to keep his word. In his campaign, he said he was going to let us know all of the facts about this. And now he's saying, go away, don't pay attention to it.
These Epstein files, we were told that there was going to be released. There was this client list that was going to be released. And the fact that it's suddenly gone away and he's trying to gaslight us is like a punch in the gut to MAGA.
Yep.
There's something genuinely painful about listening to this caller, because you can hear the moment a person's whole worldview starts cracking. This wasn't some casual voter. This was someone who believed deeply, completely. And that kind of betrayal doesn't just make you angry. It makes you question your own judgment. Like, how do you trust yourself after getting played this badly? And that's actually the most dangerous part of cult-level political loyalty. It doesn't just cost you the election, it costs you something internal, something about how you see yourself and your own ability to read people. The lesson here isn't left versus right. It's never outsource your critical thinking to any human being. No politician deserves that kind of blind faith, and moments like this are exactly why.
What the hell? Did you vote Trump?
Yes.
Why so?
To benefit America.
How so?
Because every other country will be worshiping us. America is the only country that matters. That means that our opinion is the only opinion that matters. That's what it means.
And why?
Why? Because we are the most richest country in the world.
Most richest?
We're the richest country. We're the richest and the most important. That's what it matters.
Okay, so then are you saying that like when we weren't the richest country, then we didn't matter?
We're saying we've always been the richest.
You have not always.
We've only been the most important, and we're the only
Michael, were we the
Our
richest?
opinion matters the most. That's what it means.
Were we the richest 500 years ago?
Yes.
Were
we
we?
richest
Were we?
500 years ago? We were richest at the beginning. We're the only country that matters.
So 1,000 years ago, were we the only country that mattered?
Yes. Yes.
We didn't exist.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Michael, we didn't exist.
Yes. Yes, we did.
So the man who ran on protecting small businesses and putting America first is literally blocking foot traffic to businesses in Midtown Manhattan so he can watch basketball. They're shutting down 5 blocks of one of the busiest areas in the world. Millions of dollars in potential revenue just gone because one guy wants courtside vibes from the owner's box. And the MAGA bros who screamed about government overreach for 4 years are real quiet right now. Funny how shutting down entire city blocks doesn't count as big government. When your guy does it, the businesses in that area didn't vote for a security perimeter, they voted for customers. But hey, at least he finally built that wall right, just in the wrong city around the wrong building.
Chaos continues to erupt in New York City, and the fans are getting more furious by the minute as they see the effects of Donald Trump going to attend Game 3 of the NBA Finals at Madison Square Garden tonight. The NYPD announced earlier that there was going to be no walking allowed in the heart of Midtown Manhattan starting at 4 p.m. Eastern due to tonight's Knicks game, aka due to Donald Trump's presence at the Knicks game. And we're already seeing footage like this of streets around Madison Square Garden starting to be walled off to pedestrian traffic. They've also put up this big security wall around MSG as we set up.
Okay, so pause, because this one actually matters beyond the politics. A foreign government is looking directly into the camera and saying no negotiations are happening, not hinting, not being diplomatic about it, just flatly saying he is lying. And when the other side of a negotiation says there is no negotiation, that's not spin, that's a crisis, because if he's lying about diplomacy with a nuclear-adjacent country, then what's the actual plan here? What's really happening behind closed doors while the base is being told everything is fine? This isn't about owning anyone or winning a news cycle. This is about real consequences for real people. The voters who feel betrayed right now about Epstein files and grocery prices should probably be a lot more worried about this one, because broken promises about files is embarrassing. Broken diplomacy with Iran is genuinely dangerous, and somehow, this is getting less attention than the merch being thrown in the trash.
Midas touch, well, Trump finally built his wall. And there is this massive area that they're blocking off. They're blocking off from West 30th Street to West 35th Street between 6th Avenue and 8th Avenue. And just to show you what that looks like visually, it's right here, and you can see that people like this individual are not happy about it. I mean, this is one of the biggest nights of the year in New York City, possibly in decades. Nights that these businesses in that area have been relying on. This could be worth millions and millions of dollars to the businesses in the area. Now they're going to be receiving a lot less traffic because Donald Trump wants to attend a game. And a lot of people have been wondering, where is Trump going to sit when he goes to the Knicks game? Well, he's going to be sitting up in the owner's box with Knicks owner James Dolan, not courtside or anywhere near the fans like Mayor Mamdani. And the one message I want to send to my friends in New York is you got to understand the assignment tonight. I want people to be hearing those boos out in Massachusetts from Madison Square Garden. Hey, if you like these video updates, remember to add the Midas Touch podcast right now on Apple Podcasts or Spotify and leave a 5-star review if you can. Spread the word, and we'll be back soon for more.
This is going to hit you whether you are MAGA red, deep Democrat blue, or you just don't follow politics at all. It doesn't matter what team you're rooting for in the NCAA championship. This still lands on you. So I asked earlier, do you have war fatigue? Do you have Trump fatigue? Do you have news fatigue? All of that I understand, especially after No Kings. Like, you're just like, I'm done. 8 million people showed up. A lot of you watched right here on our channel. Donald Trump is lying to you. This could cost Donald Trump his presidency, and it could cost us our safety and our stability, because he keeps saying that the United States is negotiating with Iran, but Iran keeps saying that they have no idea what he is talking about, no idea who he's talking to. They're not.
She's not being dramatic. She's not doing this for content. Half her house got washed away, and she was approved for FEMA, and now that assistance is being pulled. This is as real as it gets. And what makes this hit harder is she voted for this. She was in the coalition. The people who were supposed to be protected by this movement are the exact ones getting left behind first. That's not a political talking point. That's just what's happening. When the hurricane doesn't care about your voter registration and the government you supported pulls your lifeline, reality hits different, and no amount of rally energy can rebuild half a house.
They're not hinting. They're not being vague about it. None of that. They say that he is flat out lying, and that is not happening.
Not a single person who voted for Donald Trump regrets it. The left has nothing left but lies.
Are you sure about that?
Riley, do you now regret the way you voted for Trump?
I do feel regret, and I've had a lot of tumultuous thoughts about that day in the
She was a single issue voter. She voted for Trump because of her infertility issues, and now she's having regrets. I wonder if anyone else has regrets. This family is regretting their choice for voting for Trump because they voted for him, but now their farm is in trouble. And this Trump voter also regrets their vote. So does this one. Now sure, there are people that don't regret their vote for Trump, like this guy whose wife got deported by ICE. And even though he didn't think that it would happen to him, he still doesn't regret his vote for Trump. And honestly, that's probably the most shocking case of them all. Because when you vote for Trump because of immigration, and then your own wife gets deported due to her immigration status, and you still support the man responsible for doing so, now that is some serious cult-type dedication.
We voted for Trump because he promised while he was campaigning like a million times that when he got into office he was going to bring down prices, bring down grocery prices. The inflation has been high ever since COVID, and he promised he would bring that down, but it's obvious to me now that that was not true. Egg prices have skyrocketed. The bird flu is killing all the birds, and he doesn't seem to be doing anything about that. He's stopping disease communications from the disease centers in America, pulled us out of the WHO. Like, how does that help anything? And yeah, all he's been doing is taking away rights and freedoms, or trying to. He's not doing anything about the economy. So yeah, we totally regret our vote at this point. We've had a really tough time here in North Carolina. Half of my house got washed away in Hurricane Helene, and I applied for FEMA assistance and we got approved. But now Trump is canceling FEMA and emergency assistance to people. He's also canceled Medicaid.
Hey, MAGA. You can hear it in her voice. She is genuinely hurt. This isn't someone performing outrage for clicks. This is a real supporter who feels slapped in the face, and what's interesting is she's not switching sides. She's holding him accountable. From within, she's saying, I still align with you, But you need to do better, and honestly, that takes more courage than just walking away entirely. Because when you criticize someone, your own side worships you become the target real fast. The MAGA bros in her comments are probably already calling her a rhino or a plant. But this is actually what healthy political engagement looks like. Supporting ideas without blindly worshiping the person selling them. More people on every side of the political spectrum could learn from that energy right there.
Donald Trump lied to you again. This was confirmed by Tom Homan, his incoming border chief, who's telling Republicans all over Capitol Hill, hey, we don't have the money to mass deport, let alone minorly deport individuals in this country. So don't expect it to happen on the first day. Don't expect it to happen in the first 2 weeks or first 2 months because the money's not there. Now, this deplorable person, this wonderful Tom Homan, he wants to set up a hotline where MAGA types can call in people they believe are here illegally and have them investigated or deported. This really reflects back to 1930s Germany and Nazis. So this is just another one of those people that shouldn't be anywhere near power, and Donald Trump's put in power. What the unintended or intended repercussions of this will be on the world and on the United States is yet to be seen. But it won't be anything good. I can promise you that. But MAGA, you're still being lied to.
I am so frustrated and aggravated at the Trump administration right now. I told you all when he done something that I did not agree with, you'd be the first to find out about it. And the post that he made on his social media this morning is disgusting. You can't call this a democratic hoax like Russia, Russia, Russia. It is not, and we all know it's not. You made promises. If you cannot keep the promise, you need to come forward and tell the American people why you cannot keep this promise. But to say that your supporters have bought this democratic hoax, hook, line, and sinker, and you don't want their support anymore, blah, 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 that is disgusting, President Trump, and you should do better. Some of these people voted for you specifically for this list. I'm not one of those people, but there are many. It's truly very disappointing to me. It just is. My views and beliefs align with the president's for our country. That is why I support him. But I am absolutely...
You insisted no new wars.
First of all, I didn't guarantee no war.
This is an interview Trump gave to NBC, which he later walked out of. He was pressed about the US-Israel war of Iran and denied having promised there would be no wars under his presidency. But BBC Verify has found multiple examples of him promising just that during the 2024 US election campaign.
One thing you'll never have with me, you'll never have a war.
With our victory in November, the years of war, weakness, and chaos
will be over. I don't have wars.
No more wars, no more disruptions. We will have prosperity and we will have peace. Under Trump, we will have no more wars, no more disruptions, and we will have prosperity and peace for all.
War, I'm not going to start a war. I'm going to stop wars.
And again in his 2025 inaugural address.
We will measure our success not only by the battles we win, but also by the wars that we end, and perhaps most importantly, the wars we never get into.
In this latest NBC interview, Trump also spoke about not getting into endless wars, another campaign pledge, and highlighted the Vietnam and Iraq wars. While those conflicts lasted years, the US-Israel war in Iran, which started under the president in February, has so far been measured in months. And President Trump says the war is necessary to prevent Iran from having a nuclear weapon.
Watching someone throw away merchandise they spent real money on, merchandise that meant something to them, that represented a genuine belief, that's not funny, that's actually kind of heartbreaking in a weird way. Because these weren't bad people for wanting change, they were just desperate people who got sold a fantasy, and the fracture that's happening right now in the base is what happens when reality finally bills you for the fantasy. Some people will pay the bill, update their thinking, and move forward, and some will double down and find someone new to blame. The ones who actually do the self-reflection. Those are the ones worth paying attention to, because that moment of genuine reckoning, that's where real change actually starts. And whether you're left, right, or center, the ability to say, I got played, takes real strength.
Watch this huge MAGA fan throw away all of his Trump merchandise after Donald Trump refused to release more documents on Epstein. Just take a look.
The
This is all going in the trash. I do not support Trump anymore. He's a liar. He's a part of the deep state. I do not support Israel. I will not be supporting him anymore. He's part of the deep state. He's committing genocide as we speak in Israel. And we all need to start waking up.
Yeah, all of it in the trash. That's a diehard Trump supporter. It's concerning that he ever had that amount of MAGA merchandise, but take the wins, I guess. Let me tell you, I've seen so many videos like this. So many Trump supporters are furious with Donald Trump right now. They feel betrayed, and I genuinely believe that this could fracture the MAGA base. There will always be the cult. There will always be people who defend Donald Trump no matter what, but a lot of his biggest fans are really angry right now.